Hey guys, welcome back. Iptakashi here. We're back with Crimson Gray, Dusk, and Dawn. In the middle of a boring psychology class, Lizzie partially listened to the lecture while she worked on her notebook. She was drawing lots of pictures of John now, and getting a little better at it. Sometimes her focus drifted, though, and she focused herself writing his name over and over again. Now that the event was past, most of her immediate fears had been put to rest. At least temporarily. If Koitek wasn't likely to be tracking them, then she had more options. Maybe they could get married after all. If so, she was disappointed that she'd made them wait so long. But how to get to that point? Though she didn't worry about making John afraid of her, she didn't want to add any stress to his life by seeming too insistent. And yet, it had to be perfect. Their wedding would be another treasured memory of their lives together, and that she wanted to carry around with her forever. A small part of her did worry that he was putting it off for some reason of his own. She couldn't doubt, that he was fully committed to her, but there was a difference between living together and actually getting married. The professor said something that drew some of her attention away from what really mattered. That list sounded like it would be on the exam, and he did like to include things that were lecture only to catch sleeping students. Lizzie quickly scribbled it down to memorize later, irritated at the distraction. The only reason she was even in the class was that she needed the credit to graduate. First, Lizzie had actually been interested, wondering if she could learn anything about depression that would help her be a better partner to John. But mostly, the class was just useless. Everything was focused on specific patterns of thought and declaring them to be unnatural, when they didn't seem any stranger than the way most people thought, at least not to her. Trying to engage with it mentally just irritated her. And what they said about depression just made her angry. They talked about depression like it was a simple problem that would soon be cured. The professor was even a fan of Koitek. Lizzie was certain that if he had his way, they'd take away her John and replace him with a different person. Without realizing it, her writing in the notebook had become sketchy and angry. Lizzie refocused and tried to draw him again, the way he looked when he came through sadness and showed her that quiet happiness deep within his eyes. When the lecture ended, Lizzie wasn't quite there, so she bit her lip and tried to finish quickly. No one usually paid her any mind. She could finish and leave herself in a good place when... Holy shit! Lizzie reacted instantly at the voice over her shoulder, slamming her notebook closed with one hand and reaching down for her axe with the other. She restrained herself from acting, instead focused up on the girl beside her. That is some serial killer shit right there. I don't think my personal drawings are any of your business. It's everybody's problem if you're stalking some random guy. Lizzie forced herself to smile, not mess anything up for him. Her body trembled just slightly as she put her notebook away and rose to her feet calmly. That isn't some random guy, it's my boyfriend. And does he know you keep a stalker journal? Oh, shoot. It's the red screen, boys. Oh, okay, alright. Okay, alright. No, but that was besides the point. She didn't understand She didn't understand at all. She was insulting their relationship. Lizzie evaluated her quickly. No physical threat. No capability to put up any resistance. Can we not? Can we not? There's gotta be one of these that's not actually to kill her. Aha! See? See? Anyway, that's... Oh, I love this game, dude. Seriously, the features in this game... This is not a regular visual novel. You see, the creator actually put a lot of work into making it different, I feel, than a lot of them. Because a lot of them, you know, some features, but... yes. Taking a deep breath, Lizzie maintained control for John's sake and answered calmly. I don't think it's your place to meddle with our relationship. Yeah, no. This is just like what we were talking about last week. Either he doesn't know and you're creepy as hell, or he does and you have some kind of weird codependent relationship. If you can't see you need help, you need someone to help you. You shouldn't say things like that. Look, I'm just applying where... John is a kind person. We wouldn't judge me like you do. Then he's just enabling your condition. Lizzie took a deep breath and took a moment to think. Slit her throat immediately, remove her fingers and feed them to her. Befriend her until an opportunity for extensive torture. I don't think befriending her would work at all, actually, but you know. End the conversation quickly, because that's the best one so far. Let's see what else we got. End the conversation quickly and acquire napalm. Okay. Bury her alive. End the conversation and tell John all about it. Strangle her with her own intestines. Remove her cleanly and dispose of the body. Okay, so we have two options here. We can end the conversation quickly, right? So we can end the conversation quickly, or end the conversation and tell John all about it. Okay? So I kind of think it would be good for her to talk to John, but I'm a little worried about how it might go down. But John's no longer in that super depressed headspace as far as we know. It seemed like that was over after the lecture there, after the guest lecture. So let's try this one, I think. Only her promises to him prevented Lizzie from doing what she wanted to do. Instead, she gave the other girl a smile. And see, that's the thing with Lizzie is if she gave into her instincts, she really would be a bad news yandere, like a really, really, really bad news yandere. But she's able to keep her composure due to her feelings for John, and that I feel is what makes her, you know, someone who can actually work in society despite the condition. Only her promises to him prevented Lizzie from doing what she wanted to do. Instead, she gave the other girl a smile. The professor also said that analysis should only be done by professionals. Are you a certified professional? The response was nothing special, only the best that Lizzie could manage while under such stress. Yet the other girl took a step back, suddenly uncertain. Look, I was just making an observation, okay? Perhaps you could make such observations about your own relationship. A moment later, the girl fled class with remarkable speed. Lizzie suppressed her urge to give chase. Oh man, I just had that image of that typical scene in anime where like someone's like chasing someone down the hall with their arms waving. That had not been entirely wise of her, but she didn't care about that right now. Her world was still hollow, and she slowly became aware that she was gripping her handle of her axe, so tightly it hurt. Though her mind still knew exactly what it wanted to do, Lizzie remembered John and set those thoughts aside. Refocused, Lizzie carefully loosened her grip, then headed home at the highest speed that wouldn't draw attention. When she arrived, she threw herself into John's arms and held him tightly. He looked concerned, and she hesitated for a moment before the words spilled out of her in a white-hot flood. She held nothing back, telling the story in a disjointed, tangle of events, her emotions, and what she wanted to do. John just held her and listened, not judging in the slightest. Being in his arms always calmed her, and soon, Lizzie was closer to what others would consider normal. She did like being this way, happy and peaceful, and she could do more for John like this. It was an unintended side effect, and it stopped her from slaughtering anyone. John, thank you. I'm always here for you, Lizzie. Oh, that nervous smile there. He's worried. He's definitely worried. As she regained clarity, she realized that she had added stress to his life by doing this, though she berated herself for it. Lizzie knew that he didn't mind helping her in this way. See, I was a little worried about that. So we'll see if that was the right decision. We'll see. It doesn't make you angry to hear the things she said? It does, a little. But she probably just has a big head after learning new concepts in class. Wants to use them on people. John is kind. Too kind. I'll always protect him. I'm glad you do, Lizzie. But you don't need to hurt anyone to protect me, okay? Okay. She embraced him warmly, trying to pour affection into him, instead of just receiving it. Part of her regretted not holding back her thoughts, since it had drained him a little, but at least she knew that he would never judge her. She stayed in his arms for a while after that, setting aside her guilt over causing him stress and just indulging in his kindness for a while. The girl had been right about one thing. A normal boy could never have been with her. John was special, and that was why they were so wonderful together. Even as she regained her full calm, however, one thing didn't change in her mind. Maybe it wasn't possible due to the circumstances, but it would have been better to kill the girl. No, I don't think so, Lizzie. Let's not kill people, please. Alright, so I think that's actually a perfect point to go ahead and close it there. So we'll go ahead and call it here. Anyhow, guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this point in the video, I take it that you enjoyed it, so please do hit the subscribe button to see more from me, and hopefully I get to see more from you in the comments. Again, I love to hear your guys' feedback. It really helps me stay motivated to make the videos. And if you did like the video, hit the like button. Anyhow, guys, once again, love you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Laters.